God is real because of the person that I was before Jesus met me. My whole life, I used to struggle with anxiety and depression, which led me to have suicidal thoughts. Although I attempted to end my life, I was not successful. The depression was so bad, the anxiety was so bad that I didn't want to step outside. I was afraid to speak to people, to even make a phone call. The thoughts in my mind were racing thoughts that I could not control. There was no peace in my mind. The racing thoughts were so bad that I never had a peace of mind. It was something so painful. I thought that the only way to escape was to end my life. When I encountered Jesus, I was going through something. Honestly, I didn't want to live. But as a mother, I felt guilt. I felt shameful of the way I felt because although I didn't want to be here, I had to because of my children. And one day I finally had enough that I didn't know what to do, but I cried and I prayed. Something inside me told me to pray. Although I didn't know Jesus was God. I didn't really know anything about him. I prayed to God. I cried and I let him know how I felt. I said, God, I cannot do this. It's so painful. And in my bedroom, I felt an overwhelming peace come upon me and I fell asleep. Things started happening that were super coincidental. I began to learn more and more about Jesus, and I had previously bought a Bible because I had felt that pull in my heart too. And God filled me with this hunger, this thirst for his word, and I would read and I would read and I would read. It's like God opened my eyes. I felt so dirty in my sin. I would go on Instagram and I would see all my friends, the people that I know, drinking and smoking and doing things that God doesn't desire us to do. God opened my eyes. And it's like when you're blind, you are truly blind in the world. But when you are set free, God gives you a different lens and you are able to see things for what they are. I began to realize that I was never alone. Even in my depression, even in my suicidal attempts, God was always there. There were so many times where my life could have been taken, where I could have died, but I am still here, and that is for a reason. Now I see God's work in my life. I now have peace. The storm that was in my mind is now still, and I know God is real because now I'm confident of doing things that I never imagined I can do. I don't have to be afraid because my anxiety was killing me. I was fearful of attempting to do things just to be fearful. I didn't even understand why I felt this way, but Jesus set me free, and I don't have to be afraid because God's word is true and he is with me. I lived a life that some of the things I did, I'm ashamed. I used to do drugs. I used to find satisfaction in lustful things, fornication. At one point in my life when I was really low, I used to abuse my pills. I've really been through a lot. God's grace has filled me, and now I have a purpose, and I'm able to be grateful for all the blessings that I have. I have a new identity. I don't have to be afraid of anything, and it's so wonderful.